Hello gamers, and welcome back to another video on the channel, of course. Today we're going to waste no time and get right into it, as we always do around here. We've got some new details about Wonderlands, and I want to share them with you guys in case you don't already know them, because I know not everyone is around the filthy cesspool known as Twitter. So I'm going to share these details with you today. Let me know if you like them, and yeah, let's get right into it. Fucking true no-nonsense gamer now. So the first thing I want us to talk about here today is that Dragon's Keep is the predecessor to Wonderlands. That's right, Matt Cox has announced that Wonderlands will take place after the events of Dragon's Keep in Borderlands 2, which is why Tiny Tina looks a lot younger compared to Borderlands 3. So that explains quite a lot there, but Matt Cox does also say that you won't need to play the Dragon's Keep DLC in order to play Wonderlands, although I'm sure there will be little lore points or mini Easter eggs that you may need to play it to understand. However, he did make it clear that you do not need to know about the whole story of Dragon's Keep to play this game. The next thing I want to talk about is customizable characters, and while we don't know too much about this, there is a lot of things pointing to the possibility of completely customizable characters. If you guys don't already know, Wonderlands will not have 4 main characters. It will instead have 4 main classes, and then it's up to the player to customize what their character actually is. And the reason why I can't exactly say too much about this is because I'm not sure how we'll be able to customize our character, whether we'll be able to pick a male or a female, even maybe a beast or something like that, maybe a little fucking lizard, you know. Maybe I can pick a little glitching queen and go in there and go around slapping people with my fucking lizard tail. Who knows? But the point is that we might just have a full character customization option within Wonderlands. I'll let you guys know if we have any more info on this in the future. The next detail I want to talk about that you probably haven't heard of right now, although this one maybe you have, because we kind of talked about it in the last video, and it's that in Wonderlands, grenades will be replaced by spells. I had already speculated this in the last video, but now we do have pretty much 100% confirmation that yes, inside of Wonderlands, grenades will be replaced with spells instead. So instead of chucking a grenade, you're actually going to chuck a spell out. And I'm not exactly sure how you're going to get your spells back. My guess is that instead of picking up grenades, you'll now have like a mana bar and you have to fill that up instead. But yes, gamers, grenades will be getting replaced by spells inside of Wonderlands. The next thing I want to talk about is armor and amulets, which is going to be a new introduction into Wonderlands. And my guess is that these are going to replace your shield and also your artifacts or relics, whatever you want to call them. And this one's an interesting one because I'm not sure anyone really saw this coming. I'm sure we all kind of thought they were just going to leave the shield system in and leave the artifact system in, since they kind of already fit with the game setting as is. But surprisingly no, they're going to be replaced by a brand new thing, which is armor and amulets. So that's pretty cool. Don't have too much to talk about with this one here because there's not a lot of info out, understandably, but I'll be sure to get that info to you when we find out. The next thing I want to talk about is actually very, very big. This is the introduction of crossbows to Wonderlands. You may remember in the last video where I confirmed that there was going to be spells and there was going to be melee weapons and all that kind of jazz, but the one thing I don't think I actually said in that video was that crossbows were going to be coming to Wonderlands. And this is now confirmed by none other than Randy Pitchford, who replied to a fan asking if he could put crossbows in the game, and Randy said okay. So thank you, Randy, very cool. I appreciate that, Randy. Can we get a Wilhelm Blampot next? Fuck. And finally, the last thing I want to show off is some new screenshots here, or rather a new screenshot, because I'm sure you guys have already seen the last two. However, I did not show off one of the screenshots in the last video, so I'm going to do that first. And here it is. It's this really nice daytime landscape outside of a castle, and what I want to pay attention to in this photo is how the shading is done in comparison to Borderlands 3. For comparison, here's a picture of the landscape in Borderlands 3, and what I want you to pay attention to is where there is a large texture, maybe that be dirt or stone or sand or any large texture. You may notice that the black lines and that cartoony kind of shading is very, very intense. But on the flip side, in Wonderlands, and I'm actually going to show you a different image here, this is of these cool little goblin skeletons, you might be able to notice that the shading is very, very, very dialed down. It's almost non-existent. Now, calm down, Redditors. I love the Borderlands art style, but believe me, I'm not a fan of the Borderlands 3 one. It was a little too intense for me, a little too exaggerated, and really, if anything, just made it stand out more than blend in. So this new style of shading definitely looks a lot cleaner, and that's what I'm really excited for with this game. But I do want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section down below your thoughts and opinions on Wonderlands. And yeah, that's about it for the video, guys. Just wanted to share some more info with you. I hope you're all looking forward to this game. Remember, early 2022 is the planned release date. And also, if I didn't already announce it, there's going to be gameplay soon for it, which is pretty damn cool. Anyway, guys, that's about it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.